Are you preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance exams? BYJU'S Exam Prep, CAT and MBA, your one-stop solution for all MBA exams-related questions. Watch unique strategies to ace CAT, XAT, SNAP, IIFT, TISNET, CMAT and other important MBA entrance exams. Tips and tricks to boost score, subject-wise and chapter-wise sessions, previous year's questions, exam-related update and notifications, live exam analysis and actual questions discussion. So why wait? Subscribe to BYJU'S Exam Prep, CAT and MBA YouTube channel and press the bell icon to stay updated.
Hi friends, once again welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, a session from Srinivas. A very good afternoon to all of you. I hope you guys are ready for this session on analytical reasoning and logical reasoning. So what we're going to do today is take up this very important area of analytical reasoning and logical reasoning, which comes in your MAHCET, and we're going to look at the various type of problems that have come in the previous years. In fact, some modification of the problems. We will try to see what will be the idea behind these problems. Most of it is going to be practice oriented for you. Okay, there's not going to be too much of theory in today's session. Like most of my session, it's going to be purely practice for you. So let's start looking at what is the importance of this particular area called AR and your logical reasoning. So we will see what happened in the previous years, exactly how many questions have come. So if you go back to the last 3-4 years, in 2018, 19, 20, the pattern has been very consistent. 75 questions, 25 questions, totally a sum total of 100. 75 comes from the logical reasoning and 25 comes from abstract reasoning. Now you might want to know what is the difference between these two, abstract reasoning and logical reasoning. Now, when you're talking about logical reasoning, we are talking about every kind of a question where logic is applied. It could be statement, assumption, which is kind of English related, but applying of logic. It could be a number series. It could be a puzzle. Any of these questions will come under your logical reasoning. Whereas abstract reasoning is something to do with visual, non-verbal, a kind of reasoning where words are not used per se, but it's most about visual reasoning. Okay, so I have questions which deal with both these areas today. So I have about 15-16 questions stored for you today. Hopefully you will be appreciating the difference between these two sections, and the whole idea of this session is to let you know what type of questions come in these two sections. All right, so let's with that in mind, let's start the session. But before we go on, please note, last year there were multiple slots, and for some reason the exam MAHCET was not consistent throughout. Last year was the only exception. If you notice, the 2018, 19, 20 were very consistent. 75 from here, 25 from there. It was very clear, very consistent. Only last year it was all jumbled up. There were slots where only 70 questions came, and 30 questions came from the abstract reasoning, 70 from logical. There were slots where only 5 came from abstract and about 85 or so came from, or 90 came from your logical reasoning. So all these kind of things happened last year. Also last year the entire paper was jumbled up. People had to search which section is where. So all that happened. This year we expect things to be coming back to normalcy. I expect that last year's 2020 pattern, last year is an exception. I expect this year the pattern to remain as what it was in the other 3 years. Last year, I'm assuming was an exception where things were not exactly correct. In fact, I mentioned this when I took up the math also, the quantitative reasoning, quantitative ability part also. I mentioned that last year there was a slot where out of the 50 questions in maths, 10 questions came from a single topic called time and work. Not even time and distance, only time and work, 9 or 10 questions came. So that is unheard of. So last year, if you are looking at last year's paper, keep it aside. I am assuming that last year was for some reason there was an issue in the entire exam system. I'm assuming that this year things will be back to normal. So you can expect the same 75-25 split. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what kind of questions come your way. I have the first 6 or 7 questions based on visual reasoning. So we're going to understand what happens in this visual reasoning exactly. How should you go ahead and attack and tackle these problems? But before we move on, friends, once again as a reminder, if you are not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. If you have not already liked the video, this current video, please give me a like, as well as click on the bell notification, because this will keep you updated on the future sessions that we have. This is logical reasoning. We have a couple of more questions, sessions on logical reasoning coming your way in the subsequent days. Now that MAHCET has been pushed to August, we have the entire June and July. We will be planning something or the other for your MAHCET for sure. So please subscribe and click on the notification icon. So let's start off with the first question. It's a visual reasoning question. Nothing much to explain here. Take a look at it, give it a shot. I'll explain how do you go, what is there to look at this, how do you get an answer after about 60 seconds. So the time for you here to solve this is 60 seconds. Try to give me an answer in this time. The time starts now. Good afternoon, Ajay. Okay, I got answers from Sahil, Abhilasha, Aniket, Dharmi. So guys, I will only respond after the 60 seconds. So whoever is working, please give me the answer. I'll tell you whether the answer is right or wrong once the time is up. Last 10 seconds. Okay, time is up. Well, the correct answer here happens to be option A, figure 1. So let us understand why is it option A, figure 1. So if you look at this, this is actually an analogy based question where these two are connected in certain way. In the same way, these two figures should also be connected. So in visual reasoning analogy, what you need to do is you need to understand how this figure is twisting into this figure. You need to look at what changes are happening. That's all. So first thing you need to understand is this figure has 3 parts. The first part, second part and third part. Let's call it this way. Or left part, right part and the central part. Now when they move from here to here, you can see that the right part is actually the same. It's not changing. It is black pointed outward. It is still black pointed outward. So the black figure did not change. That's the first point to note. Second, the central part, whatever shape it is, let's say it's a diamond shape, it's hollow or white, it became black. That's the second observation. The white became black. Okay, and the third observation is this was pointing outwards, the white one, whereas here it is pointing inwards. So the orientation for the left figure has changed. And overall, the figure has been twisted vertical. So horizontal became vertical, 90-degree shift. So first thing here, this should be vertical. So always, obviously all the figures are vertical, so there's no confusion. The answer should be vertical. Second, these 3 changes should also appear here. So what is it? The black figure should remain as it is, but it should be erect, standing up. So this, when you keep it in the same orientation, it becomes like this. This is the orientation. Okay, so you need a black which is in this format. This is not in fact, this is also correct. This is not correct and this is not correct. Because if you notice, this is the same format. These and this format is the same. So A or B could be possible. Second thing, the central part light became dark, which means my dark will become light. So my dark will become light, both of them are light, the central part, both of them still could be my answer. Look at the last part, the white part, it changed in orientation. The pointed outward became pointed inward, which means here my orientation should reverse. So this should become reverse. What is the reverse of this? The reverse of this is here. This is the same. This and this are both the same. So this is not your answer. So this is the reverse. So this point is going inside. Remember, this this curve is going inside here, and this pointed thing is coming basically out. So you are reversing it. That's your answer. That's the reason. So 1 and 2 are very close, but 1 is your correct answer if you observe carefully. Hence option A. So visual reasoning is about observing very, very carefully. There could be minute differences. That is what you need to catch hold of. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the second question. Once again, it's not a difficult question. Observe carefully. 60 seconds is your time. Your time starts now. Vicky, you have to give me the option. All of them are ninja stars only. Okay, so that's the time limit. So let's take a look at which one is the odd one out. If you notice, what is happening here is you have a star and you have a square or a rhombus, whatever you call it. I think it's a square. Now, when this square is here, the point of these two is connected by a line. Similarly, when the square is here, this is connected by a line here. And again, over here, this is connected by a line. However, if you look at option B, the line should have been here like this, but it is missing. Okay, so that is the reason why option B is the odd one out. In fact, option B has two diagonals like this for the star, whereas the star nowhere else has any diagonals. These diagonals are not there for the star, right? No star has these diagonals, both the diagonals. Hence, that's another reason why you will say option B is the odd one out. So the correct answer is option number B. Simple, straightforward. Let's go ahead. Next one is again an interesting question. It's a three-dimensional visualization that you have to do over here. I'll give you 60 seconds to visualize this and give me the answer. Your time starts now. Guys, my request is, there is a question number here. Please put 3 and option. Let's say 3 and A as an example. Because इतने सारे options आ रहे हैं, मैं confuse हो रहा हूँ कि कौन सा option, कौन सा question number चल रहा है आप. Yes, Abhishek, please, that's correct. Others, please give me the correct question number and the option. Okay, going forward, please mention the question number and the option. Thank you guys. Thanks for understanding. Okay, so almost all of you are getting the right answer. The correct answer is option D. Let's see what happens here. See, when you fold this, fold एक यहाँ पे आएगा और एक यहाँ पे आएगा. So, when I draw this three-dimensional figure, okay, so let us say this is your Q and this is your Z. Okay, so Q and Z, which means, or rather, let me change this for you to understand this easily. Let me call this side as Q. So Q and Z, so left side and top. So this is your left, this is your top. Now R and A are folded downwards, which means this is your R. Okay, and remember, A will fold inside like this. So R, so remember, your Z is यहाँ पे, R is down, vertical R, and your A is this side. So your A is over here. Okay, so what is opposite R? So then what is happening? Then you are folding here once again. So X, so Z is on the top, X is beyond top, which means when it folds, it comes onto the back side. So this will be your X. So R and X will be the opposite side. So R and X is your answer. So thoda sa, you have to visualize this a little bit. You have to develop this idea of visualizing, especially cube-based questions. There are a lot of such questions that can come your way. So, I hope you understand this is the kind of question that you need to practice. If you are weak in this, take 4-5 questions or try to imagine isi question ko, if you fold it in different ways. Let's say, let's say this is pointed over here, is kept over here. Form your own question and then try to see how the visualization changes and see if you can get the correct answers. Okay, so try it out. Worst case scenario, अगर नहीं हो रहा है आपसे, paper लो एक, try करो. So first get your mind to see something if you are not able to visualize. एक दो बार आप ढंग से देख लेंगे, then your mind will start doing it on its own without the actual paper. Okay, but yeah, these kind of questions you need a little bit of practice. Let's move on. Question number 4. Once again, a very simple question based on visual reasoning. 60 seconds. Your time starts now. Yes, Abhilasha. Yes, you can consider the adjacent sides. That's also a good way of going about. Vicky, I haven't even gone to question number 5. You are giving me an answer for question number 5. Well, you can see into the future, I believe. Or you have my PPT with you. Okay, I understand it's a typo. I'm just joking. Right, so what's the answer to this question? We are looking at a mirror image where the mirror is placed on the right side of the figure. So figure, yahan pe mirror image hai. Now, one of the things that you need to know about mirror image is the nearest, so this portion, whatever is, will be coming here. This portion will be coming to the right hand side. So it's like the thing is getting flipped. So when the mirror is over here, your image will get flipped. That's the logic. Flip ka matlab hai, ye white right side pe hoga. So look at the ones where white is onto the right. This is not correct because this is black here. This may be correct, this may be correct. Both of them have white here, white and white. This is wrong. So definitely A and D are wrong. Answer could be in B and C. Now when you flip, white will remain white. Remember the bottom, this is white. Flip karoge to bhi, because you are flipping like this, not up and down. When you are flipping sidewards, ye pura white will remain white only. So this is wrong. Therefore you will be left with only option B. Gaurav, I don't know if you are having any crash course for MAHCET right now. It started, and I think, see, exam postpone abhi hua hai. But we started the course long time back, I believe, and it's already almost over. So I don't know if there is any other crash course left. But I'll give you the number of our counselors at the end of the session on the slide. You can probably reach out to them and inquire if there is a course which is about to start, because 2 mahine hai, shayad ho bhi sakta hai. Just check it out once. Okay, next question. Again, a very interesting question. It requires, once again, visualizing and using basic logic. 60 seconds, try to give me an answer to this. Okay, I am getting 2 different answers, B and D. Let us see what is the correct answer here. So here, when this is opened up in this way, 2 things will happen. First, ye jo line hai, so this is the, imagine this is the mirror now. See, when you are opening it like this, the central part is a mirror. So here, this line is the mirror. If this is the mirror, then this line will become like this. And this triangle will become like this. Because this point will come here, this point will come here, and this point will come here. So these 2 triangles will be like this. Now, when you're opening it up along this diagonal, then that diagonal will be called as the mirror. So if this is the mirror, then you will be getting a line like this. So simply put, center पे square बनना चाहिए. This is not correct, this is not correct. Center पे square. So which could be the possibility? A or B could be the possibility. Okay. Then what else is happening? These triangles will be mirror images over here. So this will be coming as a mirror image here and this will be coming as a mirror image here. Now, iska image will be somewhat like this. Okay, so both these triangles will be pointing inwards. Whereas here, one is outward, this is also outward. But yeah, outward to hai nahi. Initially itself it is inward. So this is not correct. So this has to be correct. So look at you don't have to get the perfect answer. What is the correct answer? You're not drawing the final answer, right? You're just supposed to eliminate what is wrong in the answers. So eliminate, look at those inconsistencies. You don't have to picture perfectly, get exactly kya hone wala hai. So figure out if something helps you in eliminating one option, that's okay, go on. Move on to the next 3 options. So the whole idea here is you don't have to spend your time getting the exact answer. What you need to do is, okay, can I look at 1 or 2 points and see if these 2 points are creating inconsistencies in your visual reasoning? That's enough. Okay? Yes, Vicky, you are right. That's why I said you had the future sight. 5 is the answer B. Okay? That is nice. Okay, this is a simple question. Once again, 60 seconds. Please try and give me an answer to this. So this is the last question on visual reasoning for today's session. Iske baad we'll move on to different type of questions. All right, lots of correct answers. I'm very happy, guys. All of you are giving the correct answer in this question. The correct answer is option A. Let us see what is happening here. So you have black here and white here. Black के अंदर white triangle है और white के अंदर black triangle है. Now when we move to the next figure, ये black patch जो है left side पे move हो रहा है और ये white patch जो है right side पे move हुआ, right? और again black के अंदर white, white के अंदर black. Then when we move to the next figure, the black patch is moving one more side to the left and this triangle is moving one more side to the right. So basically you are having 2 things going in this way. एक left से right जा रहा है और एक right से left continuously जा रहा है. Then when you move over here, this black is coming here and this will come here, but black and white merge and you're getting an overall black. And you can see this triangle, black and white merge. See, remember, when black and white merge, black is dominating. That's the meaning. So when black triangle and white triangle merge, the black triangle will dominate. But it is black ke andar black, so it will not be visible. But there is a triangle here. There is a triangle here. Keep in mind. But black ke andar black hai, isliye wo dikhayega nahi, because that's the same background. Then the journey continues. The white will continue this side. The black will continue this side. So you got black here and white here. Then again black will come here and white should come here. So black background going here means this is the correct answer. This is not black background. This could be black background. This is not black background. Abhi C mein problem kya hai? C mein this part is correct. This part is here is correct. But this is wrong. Because this white triangle, if you notice, is going from position 1 to position 2, position 2 to position 3, position 3 to 4, then 4 से 5 position पे आना चाहिए. So the white triangle should be in the position 5. So the rather not white, where is it? Yeah, not white, sorry, my bad, black triangle. So white is moving this way, right? White triangle is going from position 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So white triangle should come back in the 5th position, which is what it is. And what happened to the black? Black is going from 1 and in the reverse order, in this order. So 1 se 5, 5 se 4, 4 se 3, 3 se 2 and then 2 se 1 back to 1. So the black position should come back to its original position. So that's happening only in your option number A, which is your correct answer. So guys, this is how your visual reasoning is going to be. It's not going to be very difficult. बस आपको थोड़ा ध्यान से देखना पड़ेगा उसको. Look at it carefully and you'll observe the differences. It's not going to be very difficult at all. Okay, let's move on. Next question is on a series. It's a very, very nice question. This, I will give you 90 seconds for this. Take a look at it and tell me what the answer is for this. 1.5 minutes for this. Not that it is difficult, but isko thoda dekhne mein probably you might take some time in understanding. So try it out. Time starts now. Kashish, you can expect around 2 or 3 questions for sure from number series. Easily. 1 minute more. Anmol, itna time nahi milega exam mein. ठीक है. Guys, 90 seconds are up. I'll give you another 1 minute. Let me see if you can get an answer. Another 60 seconds, extra time. Last 10 seconds. Okay, guys, time is up. Well, this time I got different answers. मुझे option C मिला है, option D मिला है, option B भी मिला है. I got option A also. Somebody retracted the statement. Okay, so let's see what the correct answer actually is. Now the problem here, before I talk about the correct answer, पहले this model को समझो. This is not asking you what is the next number. Next number is easier because once you identify the pattern, उसको बस continue करना है and there is no problem in the pattern. You just have to find what the pattern is. यहाँ पे there is a problem. This is basically a odd or a wrong number in. So basically the problem with this wrong term or wrong number series or wrong number in a series, the problem is आप जब पैटर्न ढूंढने चालू करोगे, when you start looking at the pattern, that itself will create a problem because there is one number which is wrong. When one of the number is wrong, the pattern itself will go for a toss, at least somewhere in between. So if you look at 5-6 numbers to get a pattern, उसमें एक number गलत है. If exactly the middle number, something like that, is wrong, then your pattern itself will not be very clear. So these kind of questions where you are supposed to find, first of all, normally itself I say if it's a number series question, be careful, don't spend more than a minute. अगर आपको 30-40 सेकंड में आइडिया नहीं आया तो छोड़ के निकल जाओ. If it is on top of that, if it is a number series with a wrong number in it, I would definitely say भाई try करो. 30-40 seconds में नहीं हुआ तो don't even waste a second more on that. Okay, so let's take a look at what is the correct answer in this kind of a question. So I will use my basic idea. I'll start with the basic difference. That's usually what I start with. Because these looks, so it looks like a decreasing series. So decreasing series, hey, they're not dividing, they are not multiplying, it is just decreasing. So when it is usually decreasing without a factor, then I will take it as a subtraction and see what happens. So my series 209 to 206, the difference is 3. 206 to 202, difference is 4. 202 to 192, the difference is 10. Then here the difference is 192 to 175, 17. फिर यहाँ पे difference हो गया आपका 149 plus 149, so 26. And then the difference is 112, so 37. Now the difference is not clearly forming any pattern. I'll do one more thing. We have seen this in series also, कि difference of difference can also be found out. So I have 3, 4, 10, 17, 26, 37. Let me find the difference here. Here it is 1, here it is 6, here it is 7, here it is 17 and 26. 17 and 26 is 9, and here it is 11. Now here, if you look at it carefully, ये एक pattern form कर रहा है, 7, 9, 11, odd numbers. However, 1 and 6 are not forming the pattern. If I assume that the pattern is odd numbers, so 7 के पहले ये होना चाहिए मेरा, this should have been not 6 but it should have been 5, and this 1 should not have been 1 but it should have been 3. So which means this, so 10 से पहले 5 number, so this should have been 5. Okay, and 5 से पहले 3 number, which means this number, so this 4 should have been 5 and this 3 should have been 5 minus 3, which is 2. So this should have been 2, this should have been 5. If this is the correct approach, then let me see, is it possible to get one number changed and the other number staying the same? Two numbers cannot be wrong, only one number is wrong. So when you find a difference or when you change a pattern fitting into something, make sure that only one number is changing to fit what you want. So 202 se 5 numbers behind, so or rather 5 numbers ahead. So 202 plus 5 should be 207, and 207 plus 2 gives me back 209. So if you notice, if I take 209 and 207, my entire series is forming a pattern. What is the pattern? The pattern is difference of differences is a arithmetic progression. But to do this, I have to change this 206. 206 should be changed to 207, which means 206 is wrong. So the correct answer is option C, 206. Minus square plus 1. किसका square? Squares of which one? Vicky? Okay, fine. Right, let's move on. Yes, so next we are moving away from number series. We are going to look at conclusion statements, basically statement conclusion. So this is a different type of question. This comes under syllogisms. Take a look at this. This should not take you more than 60 seconds. This is not going to be difficult. Give it a shot. The time starts now. Okay guys, time is up. Let's take a look at what is happening here. Some peacocks are not parrots and some elephants are parrots. They're saying this is the conclusion. They're asking you which of the statements will give you the conclusion. Observe the statements clearly. What are they looking at? Sharks and parrot. यहाँ पे तो shark है ही नहीं. You are looking at peacock versus parrot, and you're looking at elephant versus parrot. So your conclusion should be talking about these. Shark hai to hai, but that is not going to really add any value. So shark is there in all of them, that's fine. But if you look at the option number, the first statement, no parrot in his elephant, whereas here we are saying some elephants is a parrot. So if you notice, some elephants are parrots, whereas the first one clearly says no parrot is an elephant. So statement number 1 definitely is not your answer, because statement 1 says your parrot ka set and your elephant ka set are completely disjoint. There is no intersection at all. Whereas the conclusion says there is an intersection. The conclusion says they are intersecting. So 1 is wrong, which means wherever there is no parrot is an elephant is wrong. 1 is wrong, 2 is wrong, and therefore your 3 will also be wrong. Now सीधा अगर 3 eliminate हो गए तो answer बच गया मेरा 4 without even checking. Okay, in fact no, there could be a possibility of none of these, none follow. Let me take a look at it. Okay, 3 निकाल दिया मैंने. You should not be in a hurry to mark option 4 because logically speaking there is an option 5 which says none of them follows. Which means I have to check whether the statement number 4 जो बचा हुआ है, can it give me the answer? Now let me use the statement 4 alone. No, the statement 4 says all sharks are parrots. So shark and parrot. This is my parrot. Okay. Then it says all parrots are elephants. So elephant will be outside. And it says no elephant is a peacock. So peacock will be outside. Now, isme se I need this conclusion. What are the conclusions? Some peacocks are not parrots. If you notice, some peacocks are not parrots. So here, no peacock is a parrot. It also means, see, remember, all will give conclusion as some. All gives conclusion as some. But some will not give you conclusion. The reverse is not true. Some will not give you conclusion as all. So when I say no parrot, all and no are universal. Universal means whole, complete. So all means everything, no means none. There is no in between for them. So all and none both will give rise to some. Okay? All and some both will, all and none both will lead to some. But here for all it is some, for none it will be some not. Some not means some. So if I say no A's are B's, if I say this, no A's are B's, if I say this, then the conclusion can be some A's are not B's. This is correct. Because when no A is B, then some A's are anyway not B's. Okay? And please keep in mind, some does not mean all. If I say some of you passed, it does not mean that all of you passed. But all of you passed, I can say some of you passed without talking about the others. I'm not talking about the others, I'm only talking about few of you. That's nothing wrong with it. So if 30 people wrote an exam, I'll say 4 of you passed. I am not saying only 4 of you passed. I said 4 of you passed. It could be that 4 of them I corrected, the other 26 I did not correct. So I am commenting only on the 4. So you have no information about the other 26. But if I say only 4 passed, which means I'm saying that I corrected everything, only 4 passed, the other 26 failed. So that is how you need to distinguish between all, some and some not. Okay, so here basically this can be derived. Similarly, some elephants are parrots. So remember, all if you can remember, all parrots are elephants. Of course, some elephants will be parrots. So this is also correct. So statement 4 gives rise to both 1 and 2 conclusions. Therefore, option D is correct. Only 4 follows. Clear? Is it clear? So the answer is option D, not E. Option is D, D for Delhi. Clear, guys? Let's move on. By the way, some of you, in fact, a lot of you gave option E. I hope this is clear. Why it is not E? Why 4 is correct? Abhishek, Abhilasha, Anshul, football goal. I hope, guys, this is clear. Okay? Let's move on. Next question. This is again a question based on letter series, but odd one out. Odd one out. Try it out. 60 seconds. Okay guys, time is up. I have got only one correct answer. Vicky, very good. The correct answer is option E. So let us see what is happening here. They are saying that these letters, every option ke letters, they are following a particular pattern. He is asking us, the examiner is asking us to find out, is there an option which is not following the pattern that other three follow? Okay, so first identify what is the pattern. The first option is D, G, J, M, P. So when you're going from D to G, E and F are missed out. E, F, G, then H, I, J, then K, L, M, then N, O, then comes P. So the pattern in the option A is two letters are skipped. Let us see if it's the same thing in the second option also. So you have second option B, E, H, K, N. So B, C, A, B, C, D, E. Then F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, and then N. So second also is following the same pattern as the first. Let's look at third. Many of you gave option 3. Okay, many of you gave option 3, but 3 looks different, but it is actually not. Look at 3. V, Y, B, E, H. After V, W, X. 2 skip. Y. After Y, Z, then A. Remember, in a series, it is cyclical. A ke baad Z se again, sorry, Z ke baad A will again start. So Z and A, then B, then C, D, E, then F, G, and then H. So option C is also following your pattern. So C is also not your answer. So A, B, C are all not correct. Similarly, you can see that D will also follow the pattern. So if you have N, O, P, then Q, R, S, then T, U, V, then W, X, Y, and then Z. So option 4, option D is also not correct. All of them are following the same pattern, hence the answer is option E. Okay, none of these. Let's move on to the next question. Take a look at this. This is an easy question, you should be able to do this. Right, very good. In fact, I got 4 correct answers. You can start with option A and then check what happens. If you put option A, you're saying C, B, T, I, R. You want T greater than or equal to R. So, but here you're saying T is greater than I and R is also greater than or equal to I. But T and R ka comparison nahi hai. So if I say I have more money than a person A, and you have also more money than person A. We both are having more money than A, but hum dono ka comparison nahi hai. So that's the logic here. So T and R cannot be compared, so A is not correct. If you look at option B, if you put B here, so T, W, R, S, M. So this basically says T is greater than W, but W is equal to R. So if W and R are equal, then T should be greater than or equal to R, which is what they are asking. Hence option B is correct. Okay, clear? Very, very simple question. These are sitters. You should not leave these kind of questions. Let's move on. Now, next question. This is an instruction. Basically, it's a set. It's a puzzle. Okay. यहाँ पे questions नहीं है. Questions में next slides में है. The questions are there in the next slide. But this information, you can create the picture and arrange everything perfectly. I'll give you 3 minutes or rather 4 minutes for arranging this. 4 minutes to arrange this correctly. Okay, please spend, your time starts now. There are no questions. Questions will come later. Once the arrangement is done, the questions are very straightforward. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Your time starts now. 4 minutes to answer this, or at least get the arrangement correctly. Very good, Sahil. Please hold on. You have done it in 2 minutes. That's excellent. 2.5 minutes actually. But that's very good. Last minute. Alright guys, that's 4 minutes up. Let's take a look at what is happening in this. How are we going to arrange these people? So first they're saying 10 people are sitting in 2 parallel rows containing 6 seats each. 1 seat is vacant in every row. In rows 1, M, N, O, P and Q are seated facing north. So this is one row. I hope I'm not covering. Yeah, I'm not covering. Okay. So this is you're facing up row 1. Okay, and the other row is facing south, row 2. So I will put 6 seats here. So what are my 6 seats? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The thing that you need to keep in mind is if somebody is sitting here, इनके लिए ये right होगा, ये left होगा. But if somebody is facing south, then for them, from their perspective, this is the right and this is the left. This is the first thing you need to keep in mind. When somebody is sitting opposite you, your right will be their left. Okay? Now, keeping that in mind, we know that O sits second to the left of M. So, you don't know where to place O and M. So, just write it separately. O, blank and M. O sits second to the left of M. This position will be called as first to the left of M. So, O is sitting second to the left of M. Okay? I have to erase this. Yes. Now, and this who belongs to M. In such kind of a question, when the chain is continuing, A is the brother of B. Who is the cousin of C? So when I say this who refers to the immediately before person. So M does not sit at an end of the row. So the last point is not M. So this is not M. Keep that in mind. So last is not M. Okay. So I have to just remember that last is not M. And also I do not know right now which of these 6 are empty. So 6 plus 6, one of them is empty in each. Okay. The one who faces N sits third to the right of J, who faces the immediate neighbor of O. So let's start with this. The one who faces N. So let us say N is here. So the one will be facing N like this, opposite. Sits third to the right of J, which means if he is here, so if I am sitting to the right of somebody, which means so that person is sitting to the left of me, right? So that's the basic idea. So 1, 2, 3. So J will be here. So this is supposed to be J, or rather, I think I made one extra. So this will be my J. So this is J, first left, second left, and is it left or right? Yeah, it's coming this way. So J is looking downwards, which means first right, second right, third right. So third right position is occupied by the person who is opposite of N. Okay, the one who faces N sits third to the right of J, and who faces the immediate neighbor of O. So J faces the immediate neighbor of O. Okay, so O. So look at it. When I write these clearly, you will see. So N is here. Okay. So N is here. So these two are opposite to each other. Then one more space here. One more space. These are opposite to each other. These are opposite to each other. Okay. Now the question says, who faces the immediate neighbor of O? So J is facing the immediate neighbor of O. So there are two positions for O. O can be here or O can be here. Two positions for O. Okay. Two positions for O. But which one is it? But O, to the right side of O, there should be M. So if O is here, then you'll have this and then M like this. This is not possible. This is not possible. Why? Because look at how many seats you're getting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 positions. If O is here, then O and M have to be like this. So you're getting 7 positions. So O cannot be to the right side of J or to the left of J. So the only possibility for you will be O cannot be here. So O has to be here. So we saw this cannot be O. Hence you're saying that the other position has to be O. Agar O is sitting in that position, then this will have to be M. And this will be another person. We don't know who that is. So we have N, we have O, we have M, and 5 positions. Now obviously M is not sitting to the extreme end that is given to us, which means somebody else should be sitting to the right. The 6th person or the 6th seat should be to the right side of M, because if I put the 6th seat somewhere over here, then M will be to the extreme end. That is not possible. So यहाँ पे नहीं है. It's the extra seat is to the right side. The 6th seat is to the right side. What else is given? There are 2 seats between O and P. Who faces E? So O and P के बीच में 2 seats. So P has to be here. Who faces E? So P faces E. So E is here. This is the 6th seat for on the opposite side. So basically what we have here, P, M, O, N. And the opposite side we have E here. Then we have space and then we have a J. Okay. Then F sits diagonally opposite to P. So P is here. So diagonally opposite. This becomes your F. Okay. The one who faces M sits second to the left of H. The one who faces M, this person, so this person is facing M, right? This person is sitting second to the left of H, which means H should be here. So first to the left of H, second to the left of H is this person. Okay. Who faces the one who is neighbor of the vacant seat? So H is facing the person who is the neighbor of the vacant seat, which means one of these 2 seats are vacant. Because O, they are clearly saying that O is the neighbor of a vacant seat, but that is not required for us because it's anyway known. See, agar N, O, M, P are sitting like this, we know that one more seat has to be filled, the other seat is vacant. So in दोनों में से एक को तो vacant होना ही चाहिए. So this part is of no use to you. This part is not giving you any extra information. It's of no use. Then what happens? The vacant seat in row number 2. The vacant seat, okay, so the vacant seat in row number 2 faces the one who sits. So by the way, here, who are the people here? E, F, G, H, J, correct? So we already have E sitting, J sitting, H sitting, and F sitting. So the only person left out is G. G will be sitting here. So this is vacant. This place is vacant in the second row. Now we are saying that the vacant seat in row 2 faces the one. So this faces the one who sits second to the left of the vacant seat. So this this has to be vacant. Iska first left, iska second left. So this has to be a person. So who is the person left? The people are M, N, O, P and Q. So Q has to sit here. So we got our full diagram. The full diagram will be, in fact, I will clear out everything. You can see the remaining diagram very, very clearly. This is the final figure, where X means nobody is sitting. X means nobody is sitting. Okay, so this is the final figure. And now we will continue with our questions. I don't know how many of you got this, but this is the correct arrangement. So based on this, the first question says, Who among the following faces the one who sits to the immediate right of the vacant seat in row 2? So row 2, immediate right is F. Okay. So who among the following faces the one who sits to the immediate right of the vacant seat in row 2? So this answer has to be opposite of F is N. So the answer has to be option B. Okay. Vicky, what is it? J faces immediately neighbor of O, sir, but O ka neighbor vacant aaya. Yes, O ka neighbor is vacant. There are two sides, na? Left and right. Both of them are called neighbors. Okay, I hope you understood the. So that's a learning, Vicky. That's okay. Unless you are in the corner, you will have two adjacent people. Okay, next question. Which of the following statement is not true? So look at it. P sits to the immediate right of M. So I will have to keep going back. F, H, J, G, E. So let me write this down. F, H, blank, J, G, E. And N, Q, O, M, P. N, Q, O, dash, M, P. This is the arrangement. So P sits to the immediate right of M. This is correct. Correct means the statement is correct. So that's not your answer. One person sits between E and J. E and J, yes, one person is sitting. So this is true statement. Two people sit between G and F. G and F के बीच में two people are sitting. Yes, H and J, two people are sitting. E sits at an extreme end of the row. This is also correct. So all of them are correct, which means none of them are your answers. So the option is option E. F is sitting opposite to P wala sentence says. See, Sahil, the problem is diagonally opposite ka matlab hai mirror image. Unless you know where is P, you will not know what is the mirror image. See, if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if P is here, then diagonally opposite will be this place. If P is here, then diagonally opposite will be this place. So if I start with that sentence, I will not know where to place P. That's the problem. Okay? Let's move on. How many people sit between G and the one who faces the one who is immediate neighbor of Q? So immediate neighbor of Q is O and O and N. Okay, there are two immediate neighbors. How many people sit between G and the one who faces the one who is immediate neighbor of Q? So Q is O and N, iska H and F. There are two people who are faced. So because Q has two neighbors. Now we don't know which neighbor is referring to. So O ka opposite is H, N ka opposite is F. So they are asking G and H, yeah, G and F. The answer will change. Hence the correct answer here is cannot be determined because we don't know which neighbor it is. Last question or the last two questions. If V sits to second to the right of J. So what is here? Second to the right of J. So this is your V. If V is sitting there, then what is the position of the one who faces V with respect to O? So facing V is Q, O ka position is immediate left, or rather Q is immediate left of O. So the answer is immediate left, option A. And the last question says if F is related to O, H is related to M. Here the relation is not blood relation. Okay, somehow F and O are connected, H and M are connected. Then how is P connected to one of the options? So you need to understand F and O, how are they connected? H and M, how are they connected? Let's see, F and what was that? F and O. So what is the connection between F and O? F is here, O is here. So your F is here, one blank, and then there is O. Then H and M. So your H is here, one blank, next, and then you have M. So the connection is, it is going diagonal but leaving one space. That is the connection. Okay, you have the row number 2, then there is right side blank, and then row number 1 you are taking one person. Okay, so then we are saying P is related to which P is related to one of these four in which way. So if you look at P should be opposite, should be blank, and then J. Okay, you're starting from P, so go left. Go left, that should not be your answer after that. So the answer should be J, option D. Right, so this brings us to the end of the session, guys. I hope you guys learned a lot. We have seen 3 or 4 different models of questions that can come. I have a couple of questions coming my way actually. Vicky says, sir, puzzle says J is facing neighbor. It is not necessary that there should be a person, or vacant seat would also be referred to as a neighbor. No, Vicky, neighbor is a person. A vacant seat cannot be called as a neighbor. Neighbor is in English a person. It is not a vacant plot. Clear, Vicky? Vacant seat ko neighbor nahi bolte. Right, so guys, that brings us to the end of the session. If you have not already liked the session, please do like the session. Please subscribe to our channel and make sure that you attend our future sessions. Thank you guys and all the very best. See you in the next one.